normal.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and...
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season, and now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past, and tonight we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy between the Carolina Panthers taking on a second team from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. And he's into the clear. The 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Vikings. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on. On the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Well, I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
So guys, today we're gonna play Madden 20, and yeah.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Cam Newton and the Panthers heading out there. Cam, of course, making his second start in a Super Bowl. The first, that was a night to forget. 18 of 41, 260.
So yeah, guys, back to this shit. I just scored first play, and now it's time for me to put that defense on Cam.
Panthers to their first title ever. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. When we look at this unit like we are now, Greg Olsen has become such a reliable player.
So yeah, how y'all day going? Or night? This is the first week back in 2020 at school.
Knows the defense is set for him, knows how to beat them.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. This is McCaffrey.
What?
Some space here.
Come here.
And he's going to be out of
Cuz, look at this.
not before he takes it inside the 40. 34 yards there and a first down.
You see that?
That play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side when the play was taking care of business to make sure no one can get there.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt.
The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no.
Yeah, y'all niggas see that fumble.
Whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. Quickly now a look at the defensive starters for Minnesota.
Harrison Smith is a player I love to watch. Whether he's ranging deep as a free safety or near the line of scrimmage where he makes more plays, keep your eyes on him.
Look at him. Right there in the middle, 55. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. Touchdown, Carolina. Greg Olsen, 32 yards. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Graham Gano on for the extra point.
It used to be that if you were a big wide receiver and the coaches wanted to make you a tight end, you resisted the move. Now it's almost a glamour position because they have the mismatch advantage. Are you going to cover them with a linebacker? They're probably faster. A defensive back? They're going to be bigger. Tight end is the new big-time position.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now they're coming back out. Now they've established this run game. The play-action pass could very well be open.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. On the carry, it's Cook. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. Oh, on the defensive side, that is so deflating.
Not only is it deflating, they've got to look in each other's eyes on that side of the ball and take each other's measure. You've got them backed up, perfect situation. And what they said to you on the other side is, we don't think you can stop us. Went ahead and got it in that position. That should never happen. When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall.
It's caught at the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 53 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Newton now to throw. And he's going to find Hogan here, complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Going quickly out wide to Moore. 20! And give him a gain of 37.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 3rd and goal, the defense in the dime. The quick slant caught. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. From 4 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle, hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we've put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Minnesota Vikings coming back out as they get the football here. It's been over 4 decades since the Vikings played in the Super Bowl, and you don't know if this is going to be the year that they get back, but there has not been a lot of talk about this Minnesota team. A double-digit win season and a lot of good teams in this conference, and I feel like they're a little bit under the radar, but top 10 in both offense and defense. You got dynamic players on both sides of the football. And we'll see what this Minnesota Vikings team can do down the stretch if they can make a little noise. One thing's for sure, they've been very good at home this season. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on? So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
Oh, yeah, and here we go again. Here we go again.
Throwing, Cousins. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Now Cook. Gets past one man. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. My goodness, it'll be a disastrous loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. Cook. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. From 21 yards away. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that drive, 4 plays. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Keep playing hard.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Throwing is Cousins.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins now. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. He takes this to the 15. A flashy juke. That got him a couple extra yards. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they moved the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's Cousins.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Cousins in the offense is going to stay out there. They're going to try on 4th down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Mike, set. 55. Let's go, D.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton, Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Well, as an offense, you know, some drives you have it, some drives you don't, and this one looks like you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the half. Cousins. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54.
Free kick out of bounds, kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Ready? Right to the 3. Watch twist.
Now Newton on first down. And that's complete to McCaffrey. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be second and about a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Get ready.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Give him 30 yards there.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline. Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. He's at the 50. The 30, past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards.
Super snappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Ready? Come on, baby. Come on, let's go.
Coming off the pick 6, it's Newton. He'll try it. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's got daylight. The 20, 10. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings.
Touchdown, baby.
And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage.
Extra point try by Bailey. And that makes it a 9-point game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go quickly here out to Moore. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. And he's got his target. That's Moore. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down. 40. No chance.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition and us not wanting to be wrong dictates that we say New England next. And rightly so, because of the number of Lombardi trophies they've won, how they've always played at this time of year. But the bottom line to me is the prime contenders right now for Baltimore, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes has gotten together, the defense is playing better. And Buffalo really showed me something when they beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh on a Sunday night in Week 15.
Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 50 yards. As they have now chopped this lead down to 3. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 2. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They start the drive with Cook. He takes this for 3 to the 29. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
Check 43. Switch it.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Again, it's Cook. A beautiful fake. Cook stripped. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Bandit. Check it out, Reed.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. From the gun, Newton. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Newton now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. And open here is Hogan. He's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Get him, boy.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Back to throw, Newton. And he will find his man. That's Hogan, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, 5, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Operating from the gun. Newton, and that's caught. It's Hogan. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. On first down, Newton. The throw left side, complete to Hogan. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
He's coming. Cut.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Defense.
So they don't even need to run a second down play. Give them the first.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually 3rd down, 4th down? They got them on 2nd down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
So now then the penalty's got them set up with a 1st and goal. McCaffrey following the penalty. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Cam Newton with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Offensively, pretty effective option play there for the score.
Certainly was, and it appeared to me that the defense overshifted and overplayed the trail back, the pitch man, and almost forgot about the quarterback. In fact, they did forget about the quarterback, and he turned it into a touchdown.
This fielded at the 2. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And now running right through it. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. That kick return TD is 98 yards in length. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. A big-time special teams play here in the 4th quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This one taken just inside the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
Double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Newton, meanwhile, here connecting with McCaffrey. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They fake the give. Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
He'll find Thielen work in the middle. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a second down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. My word, it'll be nothing short of a monstrous loss on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position. Now Newton gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Cam trying to rally his guys to the line as quick as he can. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. Give him 7 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. Newton. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. Here's Newton. And he's going to find Hogan here. Complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Now Newton. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Now it's Newton. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Newton. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So that's going to move them half the distance.
First of all, you can't jump in this situation, but think about your play calling now. Could easily change what you want to do and maybe make things a little bit easier.
Here's Newton, and this is caught. So it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
They'll run on first down. Cook. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run it again with Cook. And another tackle broken. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.